Carolyn Doobie here. What's the play for today? Well, I'm going to take a plain white gift bag and give it a little holiday treatment with gelatos and a rubber stamp. Well, these plain white bags need some color, and to do that, I'm going to bring in some of those gelatos. Now, what I'm going to do is just scribble them right on there onto, this happens to be palette paper. You could use a transparency, any piece of plastic, anything that's like non-stick surface, because I just need a place to put that color down. And I did choose some of that very traditional Christmassy kind of red, but also a little bit of that non-traditional hot pink. I've got some water in that little mister, and I just put it on the stamp, then stamped it right into those gelatos. It's going to pick up the color, and then I'm going to stamp on the bag. I'm going to add a little bit more water. That way I can pick up more of that gelatos and then continue stamping. Now there's a lot of room for customization for whatever makes you happiest. The more water that you have, the more color that you can pick up. Notice that I'm stamping 3 times off of one loading up of color. That means it kind of fades out a little bit, and I really like that. If you don't want that, hit it with water and load it up each time. Now, why did I put that piece of paper up there? Well, that's going to protect the handles so that while I'm stamping the top, I'm not going to get any of that color directly on those handles. Now, my stamping here wasn't perfect. It's not lined up completely straight across. I call things like that oopsies, outstanding opportunities presenting suddenly. And what's the opportunity in that? Well, that means I've got the encouragement to add a second layer, off-centering things, just making it look like a very busy pattern. That may not have been my original plan, but because of the oops of things not going quite as straight or lined up as I wanted, that happened. Now, gelatos react to water. We already know that from the stamping part. So by putting just some plain water on a brush and smearing it around a little bit, I get a very, very soft pink there. If I want a more vibrant pink, what I'm going to do is take the gelatos and put it around the edge. And I can do it just like the stamping where I used more than one color. I can do more than one color here. All these pinks and the red, they're going to blend together beautifully. And then it's a matter of bringing in some water and moving that color around in a way that makes me happy. I can dip my brush into the gelatos that are still on the palette paper. I can add more directly onto the bag, or I can just take water and smear around what's already on there. Now this bag needs a coordinating matching tag, so I'm going to bring those same 3 gelatos back and I'm going to do that. I've got a tag there, and over most of it I'm going to put the first color. Smear and blend it around with my finger a little bit, partially because it's a lot of fun, and put another color on the bottom, smear and blend, and a little bit of another color on the top. Once it's completely dry, I can then go over it with something like a brush tip pen and write the to and the from on it. So now this is the hardest part of the entire project for me, and that is getting the bow onto the bag and getting that gift tag tied on there. Yep, that's the part that I am least graceful about here. Well, thanks so much for joining me for today's play. Been enjoying this video? Give it a thumbs up. And if you know somebody that you think would enjoy this play, I'd so appreciate it if you shared it with them. Thanks so much for letting me be a part of your colorful journey.